The province is promising a review of Indigenous-themed art on display in its minister's office. As the I-Team's Caroline Bargut explains, a sculpture in the Premier's office has drawn criticism of cultural appropriation.
The sculpture is a small porcelain piece called Blackfeet Beaverhead Medicine Man. It was created by Helen Granger Young in 1969. Granger Young is non-Indigenous, and her depiction of a medicine man is believed to be based on research, not personal experience.
Often you'll find that you have to get permissions to tell stories within Indigenous communities. So when you have non-Indigenous artists appropriating these stories for their own gain, that's something else that brings up many issues.
The sculpture has been in the Manitoba Premier's office for decades. It's here in the corner in 1988, back when PC Premier Gary Filmon was in office. You can also see it in this 2009 photo when outgoing NDP Premier Gary Dewar was handing over the reins to NDP Greg Salinger. And the sculpture remained in office through PC Premiers Brian Pallister, Kelvin Gertson, and Heather Stephenson.
To have this as some kind of token representation of indigeneity within the Premier's office, oh boy, I think it's really problematic.
The sculpture was removed from the Premier's office a day after CBC News started asking questions about it. Documents suggest it had several broken pieces. Manitoba Sport, Culture and Heritage Minister Obby Khan says the province will conduct a review of all inherited Indigenous artwork and gifts displayed in ministers' offices to ensure they're done by Indigenous artists. We take concerns related to issues of cultural appropriation very seriously and will respect the advice of experts when it comes to the appropriate display of Indigenous art. Manitobans are probably familiar with Granger Young's bronze sculpture of Nellie McClung and the Famous Five here at the Legislative Grounds. Her work has been long admired by this province and even gifted to the royal family when they came to visit Manitoba. There's no reason to believe there was any malice when Granger Young created Blackfeet Beaverhead Medicine Man. Still, art experts say it no longer has a place on display here.
If you're going to be represented, that you should be represented by your own people.
Gilles Baer says there were plenty of notable Indigenous artists like Daphne Ojig working in the province around the time the sculpture was made. The Premier's spokesperson says the piece won't be returned to Stephenson's office even after it's fixed because the Premier prefers personal items like family photos in her space. Caroline Bargut, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Thank you for watching the CBC Manitoba YouTube channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. For the latest breaking news and top stories, download the CBC News app.